I tried to pay attention to Ms. Brown. She wasn't exactly passionate about iambic pentameter either. Eventually I drifted off in my own little world. Oh my God. I was jolted back from my daydream from a loud whisper followed by a stifled giggle. Then another whisper. Then a short burst of shrieking laughter, which was cut short by a fierce whisper. Shh, tell Brittany. I almost rolled my eyes. The proverbial mean girls were at it again. Brittany, a hushed voice called. Snickers followed. I started to feel hot, but I kept telling myself that they were probably laughing at someone else. Why would they bother with me? Did they even know my name? Oh my God. Another quiet burst, followed by even quieter laughter. I tried to focus on Ms. Brown's writing on the board. Just ignore them, I told myself. Someone probably has a bit of paper in their hair or something stupid. Maybe I have paper in my hair. Big deal. Now I heard shuffling behind me, like people turning around. Someone slowly unzipping a backpack. More whispers. I was frozen. I couldn't turn around and look or ask what was so funny. I just sat with my eyes forward, my face getting hotter and hotter. It couldn't be about me, could it? Soon, it almost sounded like a huge crowd at a stadium, even though in reality it was just whispers. But the sound was deafening. It seemed as if the whole class was in on something, the whole class but me. I started to sweat. I sunk my thumbnail into the eraser on my pencil repeatedly. And then I heard it. The fake shutter click sound from a phone's camera. And an eruption of laughter behind me. My heart was pounding and tears started to sting my eyes. Finally, Ms. Brown noticed the uproar, or at least she couldn't pretend to ignore it anymore. She turned around looking irritated. Would someone like to tell me... Wait a second, is that a cell phone? Audra, give me that phone. No, Ms. Brown, I'm putting it away. I just forgot to turn off the ringer. Now, get up here. I still couldn't move, not even to look at Audra's face to see if she looked shameful or cocky. She moved past me and handed her cotton candy pink phone to Ms. Brown. Then she turned around to walk back to her seat, staring at me with a red face and tight-lipped smile. Then more giggles as she got back to her seat. I started to feel sweat collect on my palms and neck. You know the rules, Ms. Brown said flatly. No cell phones in my class. Period. An eruption of giggles behind me. What's happening? Ms. Brown paused and looked down at the phone. Then she opened a drawer in her desk and set it inside. You can get this at the end of the day. But I need it. Can't I have it after class? Audra protested. Ms. Brown paused again, as if considering her request. No, Audra, she said slowly. You may collect your phone after school today. Now can we all go back to Act 3? She turned to the board and kept working on the list of characters. The whispering behind me only subsided for a moment. I couldn't take it anymore. I raised my hand sort of halfway in front of my chest, trying to be inconspicuous. It didn't work. More laughter, more whispers. Ms. Brown finally turned around again and said exasperatedly, Yes, Abby. Can I go to the bathroom? It was met with straight-out laughter. Ms. Brown looked confused at the response of the people behind me, but nodded and turned back to the board, half-heartedly saying, Quiet down, please. I rushed out of the room, not looking back, and trying to block the laughter from my ears. Once in the hallway, I practically ran to the girls' bathroom. The hall was quiet, not a person in sight, thankfully. Once in the bathroom, I first looked at the mirror. Nothing out of the ordinary. Same plain hair, same plain clothes, same plain face, except a lot redder. I turned and tried to look at my back. Maybe it was just one of those stupid kick-me signs that I see in old movies. Nothing. I went to a stall and decided to use the facilities for what they were intended. Then I pulled my pants down and saw the blood. I had gotten my period. It had soaked through my khaki-colored pants. There was an elliptical red stain from the middle of the crotch to a quarter of the way up my backside. No, I said aloud to no one. I didn't cry. I just replayed the beginning of English class over and over in my head. I kept hearing the click of the camera phone. Then I started to panic. I needed to get out of there. I couldn't let anyone else see, even though I knew as soon as the bell rang and people were out in the halls, the entire school would know. I needed to go home. I needed to transfer schools. I needed a new identity. At the very least, I needed new pants.